Hey friends, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Glad to have you. I hope you'll enjoy the video and please consider subscribing. Today is Weeding Wednesday, so we're going to weed out this one here. It is permanent vinyl, it's Cricut brand. And we're also going to weed out this small piece. It's glitter HTV. So we're going to make something. You could probably tell by the thumbnail, if you looked at it, what we're going to make. It is a tree-themed Christmas card. I figured because I did a couple more complicated Christmas cards, if those are not your forte, then maybe this one will be a little easier, but I'm hoping it will come out cute. Obviously, I don't want to make a card that's not going to be cute. What's the fun in that? But let's get started. So that was a pretty easy weeding session. You can see I've got my glitter HTV. It's actually on cardstock because we're making a card. The font, if it's not a Cricut font, it's a font from designbundles.net. I'm pretty picky where I get my fonts from. I have to really trust the sources and I don't want issues, and I've found that Design Bundles is pretty good. I've got my mini press right here to the side. Even though this is Caesar HTV, I'm going to go with Cricut's instructions of moving all over and pressing for about 25 seconds and putting the parchment down. And I've got my small heat pad down because it recommends that as well. But let's get started and see if this will stick. It did also recommend that you tape it down, but the liner is sticky, so I didn't see any reason for that. So we want to move it around. Obviously heat up the glue. We don't want to burn the paper. I could have tried to hunt down glitter vinyl, because I actually don't have any. I've heard nothing but bad things about it. So I've never bothered to really look into it. And I don't even think I've looked for Cricuts either. So that's about 25 seconds. Let's see what it's looking like. Oh, look at that. Oh, it worked. It worked. So I did the HTV first over the vinyl just with the assumption that I didn't want to heat up the vinyl and bubble it or do something to it. I know you can heat up regular vinyl a little bit, but I didn't want to take that chance. So let's get on to the next part. Okay, now the fun part, attaching the vinyl. I'm using my shelf liner paper as transfer paper and the taco method for getting it down. I almost had it perfect. Looking for my scraper. Camera shaking a bit, my bad. Tightened up the legs on my table. It's just a plain Jane table from IKEA. And it's the metal legs, but they kind of unscrew, so they're the adjustable height ones. And I probably should have gone with something a bit more sturdy, but I was being budget conscious about it, so. You can see my transfer tape. You might not be able to see it. It's picking up glitter, so I did a glitter project yesterday. So it was the Christmas pop-up tree again, but I added glitter to it and garland. If you haven't watched the video, go and watch it because it's a super cute card, and I just have to make sure that whoever gets that card does not know the person who gets the first pop-up card video that I did. Because if they compare cards, someone's going to be a little upset. Okay. So this is a pretty thin pattern. There we go. So I'm going to squeegee it some more, and then we'll get on to the next step. Okay, I gave it everything I had. And it looks like it's coming up now. What a very picky pattern. But I love these trees. So these trees are from Design Space. And I just did a search for Christmas trees. I can't remember the name of them, but they were kind of, obviously they're going to be in the same bundle. So when you find one, if you just click on the three little dots, it will ask you if you want to look at the full image sets and then pop into there, because there was quite a few, but I went with these three because I liked them the best. Okay. So let's get that on there. We'll get our trees lined up. Don't want this card to be crooked. Need to come over just a little bit. So I just lined the three trees up when I was working in Design Space. I lined the bottom. I'd attached them. So I don't want to rip my cardstock. Let's get that guy out of the way. One of my previous videos, it was teal cardstock and the Cricut transfer tape. I think that's what I was using. It pulled up some of the paper, so you got to be so careful. Go. This is adhered nicely. Perfect. Now you probably want to see the paper that I chose. So this is the paper I chose to go with. So I could either put it that way, which I don't want to. I'm going to put it on that way. And then the back just has a little bit of a pattern. I think that's going to look fantastic. So let's get this folded. Let me grab my bone folder. I should know better. I'm not the best folder without my bone folder. There we go. We'll get this attached. I'm putting a little bit of extra tape on this one just because it's going to be a little heavier. So always keep that in mind. So there we go. Here's a fun Christmas card you can make that has trees on it. That's not a layered mandala or a pop-up card, and you just need some pattern paper, white paper, green vinyl, and glitter HTV, or do this in a different permanent vinyl. But I think the glitter on there looks fantastic, and you know I love my glitter. And then the back of the card is super cute as well. So if they don't like the front, they could show the back of it, but they're gonna like the front because that is cute. And that little bit of greenery showing on the corner and the brown, I think looks really nice together. Obviously the inside's blank. Message will be put in after, depending on who the card goes to. But thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Until next time.